Let's take my apartment from dark and dreary to warm and cozy. Hey guys, it's Natalie, and today we are tackling filling the blank walls in my new apartment. I really want to make this new space feel cozy and homey. I did this last fall at my old apartment, and I think it turned out really well. My mom helped me, and she will actually be helping me this time around too. She's going to be joining me for the decorating and shopping portion, but we already have some pieces to work with from the old space, so I want to try and use some of what I already have, see where it can fit into the new space, and then we will of course go and do a little secondhand shopping. We'll probably go to a store like the Guild Shop, maybe a Goodwill, and then supplement with stores like HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, and Ross. So let's see what we already have on hand to use. This is the space we are working with first. These are some of the pieces that I already have on hand to work with. These little pendant lights that I got at Goodwill last year. I initially planned to put them in my bedroom, but I never got around to it, and I think they could work somewhere in the living room. This painting, I got it at the Guild Shop. I love it. The frame actually broke. The cats were playing behind it, and I do have the bits for the frame if I need to repair it. And then this mirror, I also got that at the Guild Shop. It was in my entryway, and I'm hoping I can use it in a similar way in this space. This mirror I got at Goodwill. I actually had this on my dresser, but my dresser is now in a closet, so I don't have a need for a mirror on top, and I think this just has such beautiful details, and I really like the blue color. This painting is also from the Guild Shop. It was in my bathroom, but I might have a space for it in my living area. I also have these framed National Park postcards of all the parks we have been to. I don't know if you can tell, but this corner of the apartment is so dark, so we definitely need some lights. We were thinking maybe some kind of floor lamp that would go underneath of the couch and come out, but I really feel like these pendant lights could work really well to add light on both sides. What do you think? We definitely want some art to fill this space. My mom's trying to hold and test out this piece of art, but it just feels a little too small for this big wall. So we're thinking we need something bigger. I don't know exactly what. And then depending on what we find, I think some kind of big arching mirror would be really cool. Like the Anthropologie ones, those are, you know, really expensive. I did see one at the bins a few weeks ago, and I was too late to get it. I did not get it, but it was a gem. Maybe we'll find something today. Not particularly attached to this blanket basket. It doesn't really have a great spot in this apartment, so I might get rid of that. At my last apartment, I just had this painting propped up on this cabinet, and it actually filled the space really well. It almost went to the ceiling. But here, there's a huge gap. It just feels really empty on this cabinet alone, but I think we can fix it by adding the blue mirror behind. This really helps to fill that space, and I think it works really well. The blues really complement each other, and I think that that kind of completes that little cabinet cutout corner. Unfortunately, I do have to leave this white wire gate. We pull it to keep the cats from doing zoomies in our room. They will just scratch through our door if we don't use that gate. We are trying to envision what to put above the TV. Last time we used this rattan looking arch, and I got so many comments on the video that it just was not big enough to fill up this space. And I do agree. We were just kind of working with what we had, but in this space, I think it would especially be too small. And I don't really know how well it'll work with all of these darker features that are in this apartment. So we're thinking maybe some kind of floating shelf, but it would need to be longer and a dark wood. We'll see what we can find. I'm not seeing too many online on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff. Not sure if I necessarily want to keep these vases. They kind of filled a void in the other apartment, but they don't necessarily work here. The little cat huts, gotta leave those. One's the litter bot and one is their cat tree, so we have to leave those be. The plant will probably be moved to Lucas's office. We're thinking the National Park postcards will go on this wall. I love this metal mirror. It is just such a cool piece, and I really like having it Oh, it's so loud. I really liked having it right when you go out the door, so you could just check your teeth, check your makeup before leaving, but it does not work on this little wall here, but it does work on this wall here. So a little bit of a different space, but I think it'll do the same exact thing. First stop is the Guild Shop. We have historically had really good luck here. The home decor department here is so extensive. This whole room is all of the large furniture pieces, so chairs, large wood pieces, rugs, larger artwork, and then through here, there's all the glassware. I love looking at this, not in the market for it today, but just such beautiful dining ware. More through here. Tons of little knickknacks. I will keep my eyes peeled for some of those. I think my mom is probably already in this section. And then through here, there's more artwork on these, and then more chairs and lamps. I really like this. It looks like something on my Pinterest board.
Do you see the detail around here?
Yeah.
And here?
It also really kind of looks like Beauty and the Beast, doesn't it? A little.
Be our guest.
That's so cute. How much is it? 15. That's not bad for real brass.
That's a really good price.
This is Dina. She watches my channel, and she just pointed out these, what are they? Pottery Barn?
Yeah.
These Pottery Barn ceramic plates. The entire set of 11 plates is only $18. It is absolutely gorgeous. I like the little rose details on this candle holder, but you can just tell this brass one is so much more quality. I've typically had really good luck here with art on these little flip-through boards. So I'm gonna see what all we can find today. That's neat. What is that called? It's not needlepoint. It's almost like a carpet.
I know, it looks like a rug. I don't know.
Ooh, that's really pretty.
Oh, that one is. I like that one.
$135. Actually, the price has decreased, so it's $101. That's a real painting.
It's pretty.
I feel like that's a good deal for a real acrylic. You have a picture like that of you and your siblings, right?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Oh, that's really pretty too. That looks like it's by the same artist. I like that.
Oh, I do like that.
It's an original
these
oil
poppies.
painting.
How much?
$99. That just looks like a print. $156.
It's pretty.
Has some scratches in it. That's nice painting. $75. If the frame got touched up, oh, there's scratches on it too. Oh, that's sad.
Shame.
This is a last price piece. I really like the artwork in here, but the frame, you can tell, would need a little TLC. It's kind of separating. And then there are, looks like pen marks along the velvet pieces of the frame.
Can we take it down?
With a little TLC, you can fix it up. I don't really quite know if it goes with my aesthetic, but it is a pretty piece. There are a lot of vintage empty frames. I've seen on Pinterest and home decorating shows where people will use the empty frames on a shelf or even just to decorate a wall. It's a really interesting concept. I don't think it's something I'm gonna try, but there are a lot here to work with. This smaller one is priced at $66. This really big one is priced at $200. This really detailed one is priced at $165. I love all of the frames on these vintage mirrors, but I am not seeing any that are large enough. Wait, this one. That is big enough. Which is it? Okay,
Wait, how much?
it is $900. I think that's out of my price range, so I'm gonna just scoot back and appreciate what I can afford. This is labeled as a planter, but I am so unsure how you would plant something in there. This is such a gorgeous, large piece. It's this Italy scene. Beautiful frame. I haven't been to this exact spot, but I'm actually going in like 3 or 4 weeks with Lucas. So I feel like it's just like a preliminary souvenir. I'm gonna use my head as size reference.
It's perfect.
It's massive.
Such vibrant colors.
It would
so
really
pretty.
fill that spot on the wall.
It's beautiful.
It is a little bit more than I was anticipating to spend. It's priced at $338, but I feel like that's not bad for what all I'm getting. This huge frame, it's already mounted. It's a beautiful piece of art inside of it. The frames alone were priced at what, like $150
or more.
And some of them were damaged. This isn't damaged.
It's in beautiful condition.
I'm going to do it. I'd love to eventually have some kind of large buffet or armoire type of piece in my dining area. This definitely would not fit in the rental car, but one day I would just love to have something like this. I also think it would probably just be a pain to kind of move between apartments, but a girl can dream. Such a cute girly bar cart.
Another
Quite a few really pretty bar carts.
Yes.
Some really beautiful pieces on this wall here. Most of them are priced under $200. The Guild shop actually ended up being really successful. Our entire trunk is full and we only got 2 things, the picture and then the brass candle holder. I was anticipating being able to go to Second Blessings resale and the Charity Guild shop, which is similar to the Guild shop, but they are 2 separate entities. Anyway, we're not gonna make it because it's already 2 p.m. We need to go drop this off at home, eat some lunch, and then those 2 stores both close at 3. So I think we're gonna have to just go to TJ Maxx or Ross and then maybe a Goodwill or something that stays open a little bit later. I have personally found that the best Ross and HomeGoods locations are just outside the loop. Let's see if that remains the case today. This is another gorgeous mirror. It is the same price as the Guild shop. It's $7.99, but oh, this is stunning. The details, amazing. So many good pieces in here. We thought about a little console table like this on the wall in the living room, but we think a mirror would be better suited for it. Oh, baby, check out these full-length mirrors. They are huge. I even spot really massive ones back here that look so similar to the Anthropologie one, priced at $250. That seems like a really good deal to me. Maybe it feels extra good because that one at the Guild shop was priced at $800, but I think we can find something to work with here. Call me basic, but I have always wanted one of the Anthropologie Primrose mirrors, and this one is so close. It is priced at $300, but the Anthropologie ones are what, $600, $800? And I do think it might work with the painting. We're trying to figure out if it'll clash or not. So my mom has the picture pulled up. We held it up in the living room to kind of get a feel for what it would look like. And I don't know, I think it could possibly work. The finishes seem really close. This one is really similar. It is $50 less. It's only, I think, 1 inch smaller, but the finish on this one would definitely not coordinate, whereas the finish on this one would. I don't know. I think it could really work well in the space. We are leaning towards yes, but it is, again, a really big purchase. This is such an odd little knickknack. Ross is the best place for rugs. I am telling y'all, my mom and I were looking at little runners at Target the other day, and a runner this size 2x7 was $55, I believe. Here, $17.99. Pretty cute little print. I mean, I'll take it. We're looking for some floating wooden shelves to put above the TV potentially, with maybe like some books and vases over them. And I found these 2. I think they could look really good staggered. They actually are real wood. They're only $12.99, and I really like the scalloped edge on them, but I do feel like they are a little girly with that scalloped edge. And I don't know if it'll quite work well with the overall living room theme. So I actually think I'm gonna pick these up for my office, and we will be working on decorating the office later this week. Bought it at Goodwill 5 minutes away, so obviously we have to check it out. We're mainly looking for little knickknack type of things to put on top of the shelf that'll be above the TV. We did decide to just go ahead and order a floating shelf from Amazon because we weren't having any luck finding one at TJ Maxx or Ross, and I really doubt we will find one in this Goodwill, but we just wanted to get it in time to put it up and for my mom to be able to help decorate it a little. They have quite a lot of home goods and furniture at this location. I'm looking for some vintage or vintage-esque kind of books. I love the look of them on shelves. I'm not really seeing any here. I usually have luck finding them at Goodwill, but the weird thing is I typically have luck finding them at the Goodwill outlet, and I don't have luck finding them when they're really organized like this. It's so odd. This is a neat candle holder. It's only $2.99, but I already got the one at the Guild shop. These little pottery jars could look really cute on a shelf. I always get worried that these are actually urns. These, at least you can open and see that they're empty inside. I don't know if that's a unique fear or if anybody else has that fear too. This wooden head would be an interesting piece on a shelf. So with this hand, I really like the look of this vase. I don't love the faux flowers in it, but they've got to just pop right out. It's only $2.99. It looks handmade. Really nice piece of pottery. I think that's a yes. A brand new in-box coffee table siphon. A ton of these new in-box tabletop tea light candle holders. Not really finding a ton of what we are looking for today, but that's just the reality of thrifting sometimes. It's hard to find exactly what you're looking for. The lone $2.99 Goodwill pickup of the day. It may not look like it because the back of the car is empty, but HomeGoods and Ross were good to me. I did end up getting the mirror. I was going back and forth on it, really conflicted. My mom talked me into it. She is a little bit of a, I guess it's a good influence. I usually am not a spender, but I do it, twice a year, so it's fine. Live a little.
You've been wanting it for years.
I have been wanting the true Anthropologie mirror for years. Anyway, it wouldn't fit in the car. So I did go ahead and just pay for lug movers to bring it to my apartment. They're going to bring it tomorrow, so we will have it to test everything out and see how it all looks. We were struggling to find a good stud to hang up the massive painting that's in the right area. So instead of using the wall anchors, we ran out to Target to get these 3M claw wall clips. They're supposed to hold up to 65 pounds. I've never seen an item rated so highly. It was really impressive. So I'm excited to try these out. While we were there, we did find the perfect faux plant. It was on clearance. I usually, oops, okay, we didn't break it, it's good. I usually don't like buying things from Target because I feel like they're overpriced, but this was on sale and it was just such a good deal. It was $65 for a 7-foot tall faux plant. I mean, that's what it claims to be. I feel like it probably is a little shorter than 7. I don't know, maybe 6, but still, it's got a lot of height and I really like the look of it, and it's got such a pretty pot. We just have to figure out where exactly we want to put it. They had these vintage Edison bulbs on hand to use in the pendant lights. Isn't she pretty? Oh, they did such a great job delivering. And I actually think the frames work really well together. They don't clash, but I do want to pull the rug back to give them a little bit more space. Ready to see the place? Come on in. Isn't it so much more homey and welcoming and bright? I love that the two pieces I see right when I walk in are the mirror and the painting. I love both pieces so much, and it's just so nice that those are the pieces I see right when I get home. I feel like that just makes them so much more worth it. They're beautiful. Let me show you the rest. We have the National Park pictures hung up above this cabinet on this small wall. Hanging up pictures like this is honestly quite a challenge, especially to do it evenly, but I've learned from doing it twice now to use painter's tape to lay out exactly how I want to do it. The other thing that I did this time that I didn't do last time is actually taped up a fabric measuring tape on the top and bottom so I wouldn't have to keep referencing a measuring tape, and that worked really well. It still took quite a long time to get these hung up, but I gotta say, I think they're pretty dang even. You can come at me, maybe they're not, but I think I did pretty good. Best I could do. And then I have this little picture of Lucas and I at Great Sand Dunes National Park. I just feel like it fits the whole theme. And this little catch-all bowl for like keys, loose change, things like that. Of course, we have the lights here above the couch. I feel like that worked out really well. You guys already saw the mirror and painting before we even went and did any shopping because they were pieces that I already had. I ended up putting the faux tree right here in this corner. I really like that it adds a little bit of green to this space. I do wish I could have real plants, but having 2 cats, I cannot. They will eat them in like 5 seconds. I've also learned which type of faux plants I can have and which ones they also enjoy eating. They don't enjoy eating these more thin plastic, almost, they're not quite satiny, but they just are a much thinner plastic faux plant. They really enjoy eating the harder plastic faux plants. Just some quirks you get to learn about cats when you have them. We were hanging up the floating shelf here above the TV, and Lucas had a lot of reservations, questions, just did not really enjoy it in the space, which I respect. He lives here too, he pays part of the rent. I can't be like, no, it's only my space and just get to dictate exactly how we're gonna have it laid out. I really do for the most part, and he just goes along with it, no questions asked. So since he really just did not like the medieval candle holder and the idea of a shelf above the TV, we'll hold off on having that in this space for now. Maybe think about some other things that we can put above the TV that are not quite so medieval. I put the little runner rug here in this hallway between my bathroom and office, which I will be working on decorating and making videos of as well. Another project for another day is tackling this dining area. This table is unfinished right now. It doesn't have any stain on it, which is fine. I actually really like the look of it. I think it's kind of cool, but it's not super practical because it just gets stained so easily. Whenever we have a glass of water and we don't use a coaster, it just leaves a ring. We had a bowl with blueberries and one of the blueberries kind of plopped out and there's just like a blue mark. I'm always having to deep clean it. So anyway, needs to dedicate a day to actually stain and finish it and do the whole process involved with it. It's not super hard, just takes a little bit of time. And then over here, I would love to have like a buffet or hutch kind of cabinet. I just think they're so beautiful in dining areas. I was really eyeing those at the Guild shop, but I have no way to transport them. No way they're fitting in my 2-door car, and no way they were also even gonna fit in the like rental car that we had. So I'll have to figure out transport of it. They're also a little bit expensive, but I think if I can find one secondhand, figure out a way to get it here, I could rehab it, refinish it, and make it my own. So something for another video. I'm gonna figure it out because I really want one. I don't necessarily love this ladder shelf. It's just something that we kind of acquired when we became adults and kind of moved into our own place. After college, we had like no furniture and we just reached out to friends and family and we're like, hey, does anybody have any furniture they don't need anymore? And this ladder shelf was one of those pieces, which I so appreciate, but it's not my own. And so I'd love to have a piece that's like a little bit more me, a little bit more unique. Can't forget about the mirror we now have behind the door. That's pretty much everything my mom and I were able to accomplish in the living area of my new apartment. I feel like we made a really big improvement from where we started, which was with blank walls and a very dark, dreary apartment space. I'd love to know your thoughts on the decorating and improvements we made. Let me know in the comments below. I know it's not perfect, right? But that's the reality of living a normal life, of trying to shop secondhand first, trying to not spend too much money, trying to use things you already have, is that it's not built in one day. I feel like I really splurged with these 2 pieces right here. I couldn't imagine having done more than that, like from a financial perspective. That sounds very corporate, but you know, I couldn't have imagined trying to do more than that. It's a process. your perfect apartment, your perfect living space, it's not built in one day. And I'm gonna be bringing you along for the process of creating a fun, cozy, me kind of apartment space. We want to tackle my dining area, my office space. My mom and I actually went and did some antiquing while she was here, and I found some really cool pieces for my office space. So I'll be bringing you along for the antique shopping. I'd love to do my bathroom. I found the coolest Anthropologie shower curtain at the bins, like 2 months ago, and I never got around to putting it up at my old apartment, but I'd love to use it here in this new one and make a fun, girly bathroom. There are just so many fun things to do, and I'm really excited to bring y'all along for them, along with more thrifty, fun content too. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel once again. I cannot wait to be back with you here again soon. Bye!